Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. So the Christian Keys saga continues. We're now going into day 5 with this episode with no thought or chance of possibly never actually revealing the perpetrators, even though we all know who they are. And I want to give you a different angle on this. And this is going to be the angle about the billionaires and why I believe they are not going to pay. See, as you know, Christian Keys made some explosive allegations about harassment and SA through the years. And he has named or mentioned some very prominent individuals who, I'm just going to say, could possibly be involved. We know who they are. It's just very telling and very obvious. Because let me tell you one thing. One of them is being bombarded. Actually, both of them are. Both of these men right here to the right are being bombarded on their social media with harassing, posts. So if it wasn't them, he would have come out and said, this is not who it is. He would explicitly stated that this is definitely not them. So no need to throw hate, anger, harassment towards them. The very fact that it has not been done tells me, obviously, it is who it is. And Claudia Jordan, his good friend, stated that, well, it's who you guys think it is. So we know who it is. Now, here's where Claudia Jordan comes into this story very interestingly, because Claudia has been saying a lot, but it's what she hasn't said is very telling. Is what she hasn't mentioned is extremely telling. And actually, it goes against Christian because she mentions that they talked about this in 2008. That's a damn long time ago. What is that, 13 years ago? So 13 years ago, 2008. However, Christian has confessed that he has been using these recording devices, these gadgets, since 2005. Now, here's why I believe the billionaires are not going to pay. Because if you had these recording gadgets, devices since 2005, and by the way, before I go on, I want you to just listen to this right here. Let me stop here for a minute in case you forgot or in case you haven't heard this. Let me just play a little bit back about what Christian is saying out of his own mouth.
Past. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive. And I wanna empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why. How many young black actors have fell for that? How many of them, and you can hear him say it you can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations.
Okay, so you heard that. He's saying that they have a very distinct voice. You would know the voice, that he's been taping them, blah, 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 blah. Here's the problem with that, and why I believe the billionaires are not going to pay. Because if you do have these tapes, now just put myself in the billionaire's position. If someone's trying to get money from me and they're making a claim that they have these tapes, these audios from these gadgets or devices, I'm going to say, can you just play one for me? I mean, we could be over the phone talking. I'm going to say, can you just play over the phone before I pay you? I want to hear what you claim that you have. See with that? Now he's going to be in a position to have to prove that, yes, I do have these devices right here. I do have you recorded, and here it is. Here's proof of you speaking to me and proof that I did record it. Here's the problem now. Remember Claudia Jordan? Here's where she comes into play. She's been good friends of Christians since 2008. Claudia has done a lot of talking about this, but what Claudia has never said and never stated is that she heard the audios. She has never stated that she heard the tapes. Her nor Funky Deneva has never once claimed or any type of verification that, yes, this person's voice can be heard, these propositions, this inappropriate conversations, so forth. We've heard it. It does exist. It's real. You're going to share all this information with Claudia Jordan, but you're not going to share the tapes with her. Are you going to share the tapes with other celebrity friends? Have you shared those so-called tapes with other celebrity friends? I think the answer is no. And if that is the case, this simply means that he does not have any audio. He does not have no tapes. Nothing was taped. Now, here's the thing with Christian. I do believe his story. I do believe that he was harassed. However, I do not believe that he taped anything. I believe that he's making a claim that he taped something for leverage, to something to go in his favor as kind of a bluff. These things did happen, some of them. I'm going to doubt some of the accuracy of certain events. But I do believe that the harassments did happen. I don't believe that he taped anything. And we all know that a billionaire is going to demand that before I pay up, before I pay you, I want you to prove to me that you have the audio. Just mail it to me or let me hear it over the phone. Christian's going to have to do that. If he doesn't do that, then guess what? He has no money. And by the very fact that Claudia Jordan has never stated that she heard any audio, she hasn't seen anything, any type of a proof other than what he's told her, leads me to believe that he does not have any audio. I don't believe he taped anything. That is just a bluff. That is just something to go into his favor. But here's the problem for Christian Keys that he has to be very careful about. Because making a claim that you had someone on audio, that you taped them, talking inappropriately, and if he is indeed trying to get money off this goes into blackmail and extortion. So if Christian's making a claim that they committed crimes or whatever, he's going to go to the police. They can also go to the police with claims of extortion and blackmail. That is a crime. So this whole thing to me is going to backfire and blow up in Christian's face. It was not very well thought out. You should have known that if you're going to make these accusations against billionaires and you're going to possibly demand money, that you better have all your cards together. You better have a full deck of cards. You better have things weighted in your favor. You should never go in there with a threat. It's not a good idea because, believe me, what they can do financial-wise in terms of lawyers, getting a case and stuff like that, is greater than what you can do. These men are worth billions. I don't even believe that Christian is a millionaire. So I just think that all that bluffing, all that huffing that he's doing right there, it's obvious I just want to blow up in his face. It is not working towards his favor. And his good friend right here, what she has been saying, or better yet, what she has not stated, is very telling. And she has never once mentioned, not at one time, that she heard any tapes, that she heard their voice, that Christian shared anything on these tapes with her. No celebrity has come forward, all those who supported him, and even made a claim that, yes, I did hear the tapes. They do exist. That's because people, they don't exist. And that's extremely unfortunate for Christian Keys. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.